the proudness that we had to be called Marines.
Some of the original Montford Point Marines met recently for a 50th anniversary reunion to recall the days when a few good men were kept separate and not necessarily equal. They got a friendlier welcome this time than they did 5 decades ago.
Frankly speaking, if you can go through 8 weeks at Montford Point, you can go through hell singing a song.
Most of these former Marines are in their 60s now, and this is the first time many of them have been back since boot camp. But Mike Woods retired here after he spent 31 years in the Marine Corps. He arrived at boot camp in September of 1943 because rather than succumb to the bitter feelings of segregation, Mike Woods remembered that most of these men were determined to show that blacks were just as capable as whites.
And every man came there, knew he was going to have a hard time. Every man that came there knew that this was a challenge. Every man that came there knew that he was on trial, and they figured that he could not measure up.
Master Gunny Woods became a wise Marine by serving at every major command in the Marine Corps. But he says the inequality in the South is what made him strong.
If I wasn't afraid and lived in Louisiana and Mississippi, among all of the things that was happening down there, why would I be afraid in the Marine Corps? In the Marine Corps, at least I had a chance to shoot back.
More than 22,000 Marines graduated from Montford Point. The two most famous are Edgar Huff and Gilbert Johnson. Johnson died in 1972, but this camp now bears his name. His buddies nicknamed him Hashmark Johnson because by the time he joined the Marine Corps, he'd already split 14 years of service in the Army and Navy.
He never did get as many stripes in the Marine Corps as he had hash marks. It's always stayed a little bit ahead.
This is Edgar Huff. He's the man Hashmark Johnson reported to for boot camp. Huff was in the 1st Montford Point platoon. When Huff's group arrived, their white drill instructors told them they were not wanted and that they should sneak out at night and go home.
Man, he said, I left out Alabama with a quarter. 1 pair of drawers. He said, then give me all these clothes. I got electric light. I just flicked a switch. He said, all these good things. He said, you think they're going to run me back to Alabama? No way.
Edgar Huff was one of the first black drill instructors, and he went on to become the Corps' first black sergeant major. He epitomized what Montford Point meant to the Corps.
When you come out of boot camp and you fired the range and you graduated, now I'm somebody. I'm a United States Marine.